We're in the car today. My wife is actually on a trip with my son in California, and I'm on the East Coast. Doing the logical thing, I'm gonna go buy some more printers. The reason that I need to buy more printers, that I'm at least going to justify to myself, is that I've started producing a product. So I have a little bit of background. I have a couple businesses. I have a solar company that I've been operating for 12 years, 13 years, something like that. And then I also have a professional Christmas lighting company. And the Christmas lighting company is why I need to go buy more printers. So I've ran into a problem over the last couple of years doing Christmas lights. The problem is I can only print 100 of them a day, around about, on my one P1S. So we need to, if we're going to have a shot at this and being able to sell a decent amount of them, not being able to say, hey, I can sell you 100 of them in a couple weeks when I have built up some stock, is to go buy more printers and go from 100 of them to 200 or 300, whatever. We're going to start there. So should be interesting. My wife is not going to be happy that I'm buying more printers. We're driving down to Micro Center. The closest Micro Center to me is about an hour and 40 minutes away. So I've decided I'm going to go pick up a couple of printers, and we'll see how they perform, and all that fun stuff. So we're on the highway. Let's go. Had to stop and get some substance. Not cool. What's also not cool is that they only gave me one hash brown. I ordered two. I wouldn't be so pissed off, but man, they're like $2.30 now. They're not $1. Stupid inflation. Well, dogs and I have made it. Traffic sucks. I hate traffic. But anyway, let's go spend some money. Turns out I'm early. They don't open until 10. So about 5 more minutes and then I can get inside. It's like they only have 2 in stock. And those 2 are gonna come with me. Don't be an animal. Return your shopping carts. There was this lady that was in there. I was waiting with to get into the store. Ooh, McLaren. Anyway, there she is. She's over there. She was crazy. She was saying, well, one, she had to be the first one in the store because she had been waiting longer than I had. It's a 30,000 square foot store. Doesn't really matter how soon you get into it, as long as you can get into it. Part 2 is that she had a little dog with her in a bag, and I was like, oh, it's a cute dog, let me pet it. And then I was like, oh, my wife would like to see that dog, can I take a picture of him? And no, she covered up the dog, like completely covered up the dog. Like freaking out.
No, I don't allow any pictures of my dog on the internet or anybody to take pictures of my dog. Okay. That was the end of that conversation. I left. So, but anyway, we got our score. Time to head home. Puppies, you guys ready to go home? Yeah, good job. Thankfully, it's not warm today. It's like mid-70s at the moment, so I didn't feel bad about leaving them in the car for a few minutes. But time to go. That's Ranger, by the way, right there. Sage is over here laying down somewhere. There's that McLaren again. It's got a cool paint job. Pretty sweet. Too expensive for me. Back on the road. I'm glad I'm not sitting in that anymore. And I saw the beginning of where this traffic happens, and there's nothing wrong. People are just driving slow. And this is miles. Well, made it back to the house. Time to release the hounds. There they go. Uh-oh. I walked in here and it wasn't doing anything. So I just told it to go. I'm wondering if we lost power or something while I was gone. And for some reason it just paused instead of continuing. But okay. Let's get back to work. Now let's discuss these two guys. So this is an Ender 3 version 1. It's one of the 8-bit boards and all that. I actually got that one for $10 on Marketplace. So good find. I'm gonna, for the moment, I wanted to have an Ender 3 that's just bone stock and to do something with down the road. I have some other Ender 3s that we're doing something else with that you can't see, that is like literally right there. But we'll get to that another day. This, on the other hand, this one's actually my son's printer. It's an Anycubic Cobra 2, and quite frankly, it's a pile of shit. I hate this thing. It was given to him last year at we went to what is now going to be called 3D Printopia, but it was the Rep Rap Festival on the East Coast, and met a gentleman there who was a YouTube guy, and he gave my son this printer, so which was way cool of him to do. Unfortunately, we've had nothing but problems with it since I got it. Trying to upload the firmware and stuff. I was originally trying to do some stuff with HueForge and stuff like that on there. You couldn't do that because of the firmware. We updated the firmware after several tries, and then you load a print onto it, and half of them just don't go. It just sits there. It'll heat up, and then it just sits there, and it's really frustrating. And you may notice this little guy here. That's the original fan shroud, because I couldn't get the prints to stick to the bed at one point, and so they were sticking. Went to bed, woke up to a big blob of doom on the fan shroud. Contacted Anycubic, and they wanted to sell me a 3D printed fan shroud. Yeah, because that fan shroud's 3D printed. I just was asking them for the STL so I could print out another one, and they said, no, but we'll sell you one. So it sits. Not happy about it. So I'll be glad to move that off the table, and we'll put the A1s there and there for the moment. I don't know what I'll do with this little guy at the moment, but it'll end up on the floor. Hello, puppies. And
turkeys. Wild turkeys are here. Yeah, the wild turkeys are here. All right. Ooh, excitement in the Ballard household. Let's go see if we can see the wild turkeys from the side. Out at the moment, so let's see. Oh, there they are. Look at them. It's our flock of turkeys. Hanging out this morning. What, 3, 6, 12, 15 little ones and 2 big ones. Out getting their breakfast. My German Shepherds will chase anything and bark at anything. So they see them all as invaders. You good girl, Sage. Good girl. Ranger, you're a good boy. Well, it's the next morning. I've just gone ahead and got everything all set up here. I set this one up yesterday and had it print out a couple of poop buckets for the A1. And then last night I did a live stream unboxing that one. So priority 1 is to get these things printing. And then I'll tell you about some interesting things I found out about these two. I'm calling it Thing 1 and Thing 2. Well, they're all up and running. My wife called, so I wasn't able to film anymore while I was doing it, but I needed to get these things going. So far, everything's going good. This one did have an issue, not with the machine itself, but with the filament. I guess the filament had twisted itself up here and kind of made it too tight to extrude. So it sent an error and let me know on the app that, hey, printing's paused. And so it came down and tried to rectify that, and it's back up and running again. So we're working on the second layer here, finishing up the first layer here, and I don't know, we're a couple layers in on this one. So good deal. Print away, my fleet. Print away. Well, as you can see, they're all turned off. We're gonna let them sleep tonight. We've had a little bit of a development.